Yes, YouTube, I hope that you're good. It's Ben Hawksworth at The Coach Consultant, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the biggest goals that I've ever set myself, but most importantly, why I've actually set it myself and all of the benefits that actually come with it. And that is the fact that I want to summit Mount Everest in 5 years' time. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I love hiking. You'll know that I love mountain climbing. I have climbed Kilimanjaro. I've done a lot in Scotland, done a lot in Wales. I'm doing Moroccan mountain in April. I'm doing Mont Blanc in July. But the main thing that I'm working towards basically is climbing Mount Everest. And when I actually set this goal, I realized that it was one of the best things that I've ever done in my life for the next half a decade, because of all of the benefits that it actually has on every single other area within my life. And I'm going to break that down on the board today. And what I want for you by the back end of this video is you to start thinking about, what is your North Star? What is that one thing that you are working towards that's going to keep you accountable in absolutely every single variable and avenue within your life? Because I can promise you, since I set that goal and I took it serious and I did my homework and did my research, it's been an absolute game changer for me. And I feel like everybody needs that massive goal, which isn't just about, I want to earn 100 grand a month or I want to earn 10 grand a month. You have something that you're working towards where you've got your dreams. So mine at the moment is having our forever home in the countryside. And then on top of that, it is obviously climbing Mount Everest. So let's have a look at that one. Right guys, so throughout this video, what I basically want you to imagine is, what is your Mount Everest? Right, that is the concept of this video. It's you coming towards the back end of this episode and turning around and thinking, right, what is my North Star? What is that kind of big goal? What is that one thing that no matter what is going to keep me accountable in absolutely every single avenue and variable of my life? So as you can basically see here, we've got Mount Everest. So it's potentially a little bit smaller and it looks a little bit easier. But in reality, in order to do something like that, I've got to have a substantial amount of different variables and different steps in place. And that is the main aim that I'm trying to get across within this video. Why I'm going to be doing it in a certain way, and also how that benefits everyone else, like for example, staying alive. But basically, in essence, what we've got to look at is the actual foundation of fitness as a starting point. In order for me to do something like that in 5 years' time, I need to be the fittest, the strongest, the healthiest. I need to have the best cardiovascular health, the best endurance. I need to be strong, I need to be mobile, I need to be absolutely everything. So I know as a human being and a director of a business and a leader, I need to be absolutely on it with my fitness every single day without question. On top of that, let's go on to the next level. In order for me to perform at the right level with my training, with my hiking, with running, with climbing, for example, I'm going to need to make sure that I'm on a good diet, right? If I'm on a good diet, that also means that I'm going to feel a lot better, I'm going to have better mood, I'm going to have better sleep, I'm going to have better recovery, and also I could basically add on sleep onto that one as there, because that's an absolute massive one in terms of a priority. So if you're not sleeping well as a high performance person, then start sleeping well, because it will sabotage you, like I've done to myself many times over the years. But knowing that I've got that, I need to make sure that I am fit and I am healthy, right? The next step is basically looking at affordability. So in order to basically do that task, I want to basically use a company called Elite Exped. And if you've watched the program called 14 Peaks, there's a bloke called Nims down there. And he basically was the fastest person to do 14 peaks around the world. He's like 2 million followers on Instagram, is massive. But his company, Elite Exped, basically have a 100% summit success rate. So they have a 100% summit success rate. So that is basically the company I want to use, because they're the people who's got everyone up there and back down alive, right? So bottom line, fundamentally, I need to use that company, because they're the people who are going to keep me alive and get me to the top and get me from where I want to go to where I want to be, for example. Right? In order to use that company, that's going to cost around £150,000, right? So that's going to cost around £150,000 for me to get to that point. So I know even now, where it's 5 years away and it feels like half a decade, well, it is half a decade away, for example, I need to save at least 150 grand while still having enough money for investments for my business, while still paying ISAs, while still paying pensions, while still paying for trips and family holidays and everything else that I need. So I know that I need to work harder and I need to be on it in order to earn everything that I need to scale my business, support my family and build our future again. But also at the same time, I need to have excess in order to be able to pay for that. So naturally, that's putting me in a state of wanting to, where's my green pen? So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to save more, right? I'm naturally going to be coming in saving more money. I'm then naturally going to be coming in and earning more money because I know I've got an absolute massive goal that needs to be paid for, but I'm not willing to obviously sacrifice what I need to do for my family, my business and my team. So we're then coming up into the next step, and that is qualification. So in order to do this goal with that company, they have the strictest qualification process that you can to qualify to go in with them. That's the reason they have 100% success summit rate, because you can do it for like 60, 70 grand or something, but you're doing it with a poor company and there's more risk. So to do it with the best guys out there, it's going to cost 150 grand, and in order to do that, I need to be qualified. So in order to be qualified, that means that I need to be looking at multiple mountains every single year for the next 5 years. So basically, I'm doing 2 4,000 to 5,000 peaks this year. Next year, it might be a 4,000 to 6,000. After that, a 4,000 to 7,000. And then I've actually got to do a 4,000 and 8,000. So alongside that, I've also got to pay for all these trips while obviously saving that money. But that's the best part about it, because I know that I've got these trips to look forward to. I know that I've got to work in order to be able to afford to do the things that I want to do, to set these huge challenges and these huge goals. So for example, especially the fact that I have ADHD, and as a person and as an entrepreneur, I know that you'll be looking at this right now, 100% if you've seen it through to this part of the video, you will work better when you've always got goals in front of you. So for me, I know that I've got this massive goal, but I've also got micro goal. So every single year I've got these micro goals where I'm going to be coming in, achieving these targets. What's that going to do? That's going to make me a better director. It's going to make me a better leader. It's going to make me a better husband and a better father, because I feel good about myself because I'm ticking these boxes off like I've got these 2 mountains, right? From that point, I've also got to have the belief system in order to be able to do it, right? So when we're coming in, and for example, and a big element that I'm going to be starting talking about on socials and on YouTube a lot more is mindset, 'cause it's something that I'm massively invested into. I've spent a lot of money on it, and I feel like I know my way around it now a lot. Belief systems is the single thing that will stop you from achieving £0 per month and £100,000 per month, right? Do you believe, and can you break down your belief system around client acquisition? Do you believe and you have confidence when you are doing sales? Do you have belief to be authentic behind who you are as a person when it comes to content creation? Do you believe in your ability as a coach to get results? Absolutely every single foundational structure that we do as a human being and as a professional will come down to how much we believe in ourselves. So for example, in order for me to do an absolute scary, ridiculous goal such as that, I need to have belief, right? I need to have structure, right? The next thing from that point is skills. In order for me to do a goal like that, I need to have ice training. I need to have, for example, altitude training where I've got ice spikes and I've got the shoes on and I've got like the right type of kit and the right type of stuff. So in order for me to again get better, I've got to make sure that I've got the right skills. If I'm in a position where I'm focusing on skill development, I'm naturally going to be focusing on skill development all of the time. So for example, even since I set that goal quite a long time ago, I've invested into more stuff in business than I've ever done before, because I've got this mindset that I simply just want to become better. Right? I want to become better because I need to be the best person that I'm going to be. Right? And the next thing when we come to the top basically is family. This is absolutely huge. As you can imagine, turning around to your wife and turning around to your family and saying that you're planning on summiting Mount Everest, it's going to be a bit of a difficult conversation, a difficult situation. But what you have to do is you need to make sure that you've got the right type of communication and relationship with those people to present that to them. So for example, with Stacey, and Remy isn't old enough now, but my friends, for example, I can turn around and make sure and tell them that, look, I'm doing it with the best people. I'm going to be the most highly qualified. I'm on my diet, I'm on my training, and I'm going to create as much confidence for them as possible. But that's going to make the home happy, because I need to have a happy home to be able to do that. Because I can't have a happy home and do that without it. Because it'd mean that I'm going away for 30 to 40 days, for example, and I'm leaving a poor family relationship at home, and that's obviously not going to be possible. You've then got this one. You've got the one thing where you actually get to that peak at the top of that mountain, right? And for me, I can't even process and think about what that feeling will be at that point. All I know is the fact that the only thing I need to care about on a day-to-day basis right now is my fitness, is my diet, is saving money, is being qualified, is having a high belief system, is generating skills, and having a great family base at home, right? That is the foundational structure for why all of that is such a huge focus point. So what I want you to think about right now is, what is your Mount Everest? What is your massive, scary fucking goal that's going to benefit absolutely every single avenue and variable of your life? This does not have to be something physical and training and performance. This could be selecting the house and the location and the design of what you want to live in for the rest of your life. This could be you working towards getting a G-Wagon or a Lambo. You probably won't get a Defender like me because it's not as exciting as them, for example. But if you get something like that, then you've got that kind of goal. And that's what I want you to be thinking about. I want you to be having this absolutely huge, massive, monumental goal that you are continuously working towards and striving towards, and something that is basically going to keep you accountable throughout absolutely every single avenue of your life, guys, because I can transparently say it will transform you as a person just by finding out what that is. What is it? Why am I doing this? Why am I getting up in the morning? Why am I training? Why am I dieting? Why am I communicating better? Why am I focusing on my belief systems? Why am I trying to be more confident? Why am I pushing myself? Because you need to have that why, which is the one star that you are looking towards where I want that, right? So let me know in the YouTube comments if you watched this episode, or let me know on Instagram. What is your Mount Everest? What is your North Star? What is that one thing that you are working towards, guys? And again, if you are not subscribing, drop me a subscribe. If you like this video, please like it, and I'll see you on the next episode.